So welcome back to C2s and K5s. Today I'm going to pull the engine out of the Corvette because it needs a clutch, the transmission needs to be rebuilt, I'm sure the rear main seal is shot, and the transmission you can't just drop out of these very easily. So I'm going to show you how to pull it out. If everything's disconnected, I'm sure you can all kind of figure that out. Drive shaft, speedometer cable, the starter, the wires, exhaust, fuel. All those things need to be disconnected, which they are, so I won't bore you with all that stuff. So next up, we're going to get the engine hoist out here and we'll get this thing out. All right, so what we're going to do, here, give me the hammer there, get that out of the way. It's going to be just like you're jacking up a car. So we're going to be jacking this thing up, and then this thing's going to kind of bounce around a little bit, but it should come out. And then we'll have to turn that crank because it's going to want to be like this. This transmission goes way back, so you will use that to turn to bring it back up with this. But we want to kind of pull it out like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start cranking, and you may have to periodically. You may have to kind of push on the motor. I hope we don't have to pull the exhaust manifolds off. But let's see. Well, we'll see which way it wants to go. Elena, stop. You're gonna pull it back, right? Yeah, this is gonna bend this side, I'm gonna push it this way. No, because it's gonna move around. This thing's just it's pressed in there. Elena, be careful, please. That's why I took like the distributor off. Because if it goes back against the firewall, it might break that. Feel how the whole car is coming up?
It's not the car coming up?
Well, the car is coming up because the suspension is pushing it up.
So did that.
Alright. Oh, thank you.
Dad.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So now, are we gonna hit?
You wanna win until it stops singing?
I'm gonna have to pull the engine forward more.
I'm gonna push it when you start picking it up.
Yeah, and that's okay. The transmission fluid is not that expensive. So I'm gonna come up a little more and clear the engine mounts. But yeah, without the weight of the engine, the car will will come back up. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and come my way with it.
You wanna wait until it stops singing?
Just kind of go forward with it.
Let's put something on.
Yeah.
So it doesn't.
I just want to come forward a little bit. So we're gonna get transmission fluid, but we'll try and catch what we can.
Well, like I said, we can put something up here.
We might have to.
A little towel, just so when we pull it off,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
I mean, if it drips a little bit, it's okay.
Yeah, just so it doesn't.
What you're probably gonna end up having to do is I'm gonna have to probably try and turn it, and you're gonna try and lift the very end of the transmission. You know what I mean? Like just to kind of, like you'll be here and you kind of lift it up just to get it over here.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I kind of wish we could.
Should be easy.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too. I mean, most of the weight is in the front here.
Really? I'm just pushing it down so it doesn't hit any part of the body.
Is it gonna hit right now? Because we can come forward a little bit more.
Dad.
You can come forward a little more, but either way, it's.
Dad.
I'm protecting it.
Thank you.
Dad, when is my birthday? Can you?
You just go up now.
Actually, you know what? Let's do.
So are you all done?
Does it look like we're done, baby?
Are you all done?
I'm gonna come forward more. Okay. Let me go up a little bit more. I wonder if we're getting to the end of our. Oh, we're maxed out. We're maxed. Shit. Okay. Huh? I'm not worried about oil spilling all over everything.
You put a towel on here.
Yeah.
Go through.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to.
It's by the gym.
Yeah, I know.
Push it up. The thing is, when I push it off,
Yeah.
level. We have no towel for there just in case for the Corvette.
Yeah, I think so.
Dad,
Yes, baby.
there's a purple one and a pink
I'm
one.
gonna try and.
Yeah, there's a purple one and a pink one. Let's take this water
What's that?
bottle.
Do it.
We're in one of the
It's for
pieces
8
of
yards.
concrete. You got it? There we go. Here we go.
Now careful with your car.
Okay, I can't go back anymore.
That's fine. Have to just move it around.
I can try and back the car up, or we can try and just
It's
go
for
down.
8 yards.
Can we go down?
I got that way right here.
Huh?
I got that way. I can
Okay. You want me to go down?
You can do whatever. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna try and be gentle.
It's dead weight on me, so it doesn't really affect me.
I know. I'm just trying to be careful. When you get it down, if you can try and spin it,
Which way? There's no space.
like underneath the. Are we gonna hit the nose of the car?
You be careful. Or just the biggest thing was. Oh my! Did we? So sorry.
Oh no.
A little bit.
That's spinning over here.
Oh man.
Yeah, look.
Not the end of the world.
That was a good fix.
Mm. I'm gonna get these. There should be 3 or 4 of those. Well, let's get those without loosening up. Take them out.
What is this?
This is the bell housing. This is the transmission. Inside of here, bolted to the engine, is the flywheel and the clutch plate. And the thing is you can't just drop the transmission because there's a cross member that sits underneath of it, like right about here, so it's almost impossible to just drop the transmission, and I really don't want to be struggling with this thing. Yeah, a little bit more. Alright, there we go. Now let's try and pull her off. I put a couple bolts back in the belt housing. I'm going to drop the engine down a little bit so it's sitting more on the ground. So it's not.
So something in there. It should be easy to take off, right?
It should, but it probably hasn't been off in almost 40 years, I would guess. Might just have to twist and pull backwards.
Well, see, it's like a.
The drive shaft for the train. This is a bunch of gears in here. And there's just a big input shaft. You got it? And try and get both hands on the side there if you can.
Yeah, right here.
Okay. You good there?
How much heavy is this gonna be?
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
See, there's like a.
There it goes. You got her. Ooh, baby.
Careful.
And he loosened her up.
She's over there. I'll pick it up.
Yeah, let's just leave her here for now. Let's take a break. Phew. Back hurts too.
Now, what did we have to take this?
Bell housing, just those couple bolts, but I put those back, those 9/16 bolts right there, the ratchet.
This one there?
That's the wrong size. Wrong size. The 9/16's on the regular ratchet. And it should be just those 2 bolts. I was on the online forums trying to see if it was better to pull the engine or to take the drop the transmission out.
This one's definitely right.
And then everybody's like, just pull the engine.
Oh, yeah?
Because otherwise the car's up on jack stands and you're fighting. Can you imagine wrestling with this while it's on those jack stands? It's something I really don't want to do. And then this thing's heavy, and then it's gonna basically come down on me while I'm loosening it.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It was heavy. I was scared. I was like, dude, I
Yeah.
was cutting my arm right there. I was like, oh my goodness. But we already.
Something. We probably should put a pad in there or something. Alright. Yeah. Here, Jack. Hold this.
What's that?
That.
Oh.
Yeah, just hold it so it doesn't fall off.
You know, I think there's one more. I don't know.
Is it falling off?
That should be good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was, right?
Yeah, that's.
With this, that's, we passed that, we're doing okay.
Yeah, I had that thing off. So powder coated this.
We gotta make sure. These are the two. I don't know where the other two are.
I think I have
One right here.
one there.
Man.
It's a good idea to like stick them back in the holes,
There you
so
go.
that way when you come back, you're not. Just put those with the other back there. And I put them in Ziploc bags and I label them all, so that way when I go back, I'm not looking at bolts or what. And oh crap! Where does this go? Okay, now I need bolts to bolt onto this thing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to put bolts through those holes and then bolt onto here. So I'm probably gonna feed more bolts because I don't think these are, because I need to bolt into these holes. But I've got to go through this first, and that's like 2 inches worth right there. Yeah, that's the clutch. When you push the clutch in, it pushes that fork and that little round bearing against these springs. Those are springs, believe it or not. And inside of there is the clutch, and it basically looks like a big rotor, like that shiny metal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Look at all this crud in here. I bet you this. Yeah, I bet you this thing hasn't been apart in
50 years?
well, maybe not 50, but
Oh, 20, 25.
maybe no, probably more like 30. But see these numbers that are stamped on here? Like this number right here tells you like what kind of engine it is. So if you would Google that number, it'll tell you this is a 327 cubic inch, 300 horse engine from. They may say like from 65 to 67 or something like that. But this needs to get replaced.
How heavy is this compared to the new ones?
Well, the
Like
new
your-
ones can be lighter because they're doing. I think
Let's see the rest.
some of the racing engines they'll do the
They'll be
block
heavier.
is aluminum because it cools faster. Some of them are now doing cast iron here, but then the heads, which are very heavy, are aluminum. And the intake's aluminum too. All right, well we made it.